What's up, Tech Fam? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your host, Michaela Dakanai, and this is Enoylity Technology, where we break down the latest in tech without the marketing fluff. Just real tests, real results, and real talk. Today, we're diving deep into the Anycubic Cobra X. And before you click away thinking this is just another sponsored fluff piece, stick around, because I'm about to put this printer through the test, and I'm going to tell you if it's worth your 300 bucks. First impressions, the packaging is solid. Everything's wrapped properly, foam inserts all in the right places. You can tell, they actually put a lot of thought into shipping this thing. So, what do we get into the box? The Cobra X itself, obviously. Power cable, USB drive with test files and software, and a toolkit. There's also a sample of PLA filament to get you started. The instruction manual, and okay, this is interesting. They got the ACE 2 Pro expansion module advertised here. We'll get into that in a minute. Now, let's talk about assembly. Here's where Anycubic gets it right. This is like 90% pre-assembled already. You're basically just mounting the gantry to the base, plugging in a few cables which are already labeled, and tightening down about 4 bolts. You're taking about 15 minutes max, and that's without you even having to touch a 3D printer before.
Next up, the big claim, speed. Anycubic says the Cobra X can print roughly twice as fast as a standard FDM budget printer. I've seen speed claims before that were, let's just say, optimistic. So here's what I did. I took the exact same 3D model, a detailed benchy, the classic torture test, and printed it on the Cobra X and on my Ender 3 V2, which is a very common budget reference point. Same layer height, same infill, same filament, same temperatures. The only variable was the printer itself, each running at its own realistic, dialed-in optimal speed. I won't drag you through the full real-time print, but here's how the numbers shook out. The Cobra X finished the benchy in about 2 hours and 47 minutes. The Ender 3 V2 wrapped up the same job in roughly 4 hours and 52 minutes. Do the math, and the Cobra X comes out to about 1.74 times faster in this test. Not a perfect 2x, but close enough that the claim isn't just marketing poetry. More importantly, when I put both benchies side by side, the quality was practically identical. Similar detail, solid layer adhesion, and very comparable surface finish. The Cobra X didn't have to turn your model into a low-resolution mess to get the speed. And this is where speed actually matters in real life. A print that used to take almost 5 hours is now finishing in under 3. That's the difference between starting a print before dinner and having it done before bed versus starting it and having to leave it overnight, hoping you don't wake up to a spaghetti monster. Speed also plays a big role when you combine it with multicolor printing. The faster you print, the less time and material you waste during purges and color transitions. Anycubic talks about up to 2x material savings. And in my own multicolor test runs, I was seeing anywhere from roughly 1.6 to just over 2 times better material usage, depending on the model and the color layout. Now let's talk about what really sets this machine apart at this price. Multicolor printing. The Cobra X has 4-color printing built in. You don't need a $1,000 bamboo or a high-end Prusa setup with an expensive multi-material unit to start experimenting with multicolor. Anycubic system uses multiple filament inputs feeding into a single hot end. This tech isn't completely new to the industry, but what impressed me is how well it's executed at this $300 price point. I printed a 4-color lithophane with white, red, blue, and yellow in a single model, and the transitions came out surprisingly clean, very minimal blobs at color boundaries, and only light stringing in a few tricky zones. Is it flawless? No. If you push for extremely sharp graphic design level color edges, you'll still see a little bleed and some extra cleanup here and there. You also can't escape purge waste completely. That's just the nature of multicolor printing. But compared to the old workflow of pausing prints, manually swapping filament, and just hoping everything reloads correctly, this is light years ahead in convenience. And then there's the upgrade path. If you add the ACE 2 Pro module, you can go beyond the 4 built-in colors and expand up to a much larger palette with configurations that can reach well over a dozen colors in a single workflow. I haven't had my hands on the ACE 2 Pro yet. Anycubic, if you're watching, I'm definitely ready to review that. But the fact that this printer has that kind of growth potential at this price is pretty wild. The actual color workflow in the slicer is also refreshingly straightforward. Anycubic's slicer is based on Prusa slicer, so if you've used that before, you'll feel right at home. You import your model, assign colors to different parts or regions, and the slicer handles the filament paths, the purge blocks, and all the transitions for you. Then it's literally just slice, send, and print. All of that multicolor and speed magic only matters if your first layer actually sticks. And that's where Anycubic's LeviQ auto leveling system in its latest 3.0 form on this platform becomes the real secret sauce. The Cobra X uses a dense probing routine across the bed to build a detailed mesh of the print surface, then compensates in real time as it prints. To push it, I deliberately nudge the bed out of level, the kind of tilt that would normally wreck your first layer. Once I kicked off the auto level routine and started to print, the first layer came out smooth and even from corner to corner with consistent adhesion and no obvious high or low spots. And it isn't just about the bed. The printer also supports automatic flow and motion calibration, which means it can adjust extrusion and movement to keep surfaces cleaner even when you crank the speed. On my test pieces, that translated into smooth walls with minimal ringing and fewer of those subtle banding artifacts you sometimes see when you push budget printers too hard. This is exactly the kind of capability that used to be reserved for much more expensive prosumer-level machines. Here, it's just baked into the workflow. You're not spending your weekends with a piece of paper under the nozzle, tweaking knobs and rerunning calibration cubes for every new spool of filament. You just start a print and let the machine do its job. Before we wrap, there's one more feature I want to highlight: multi-material mixing. The Cobra X isn't limited to just colors. It can also mix soft and hard materials in the same print. So you can pair something like flexible TPU with rigid PLA, or combine PLA with PVA for water-soluble supports on more complex geometry. One of my favorite test prints was a custom phone case. The back was rigid PLA for structure and drop protection, while the sides were TPU for grip and shock absorption. All printed in one single job, perfectly fused. Is this a must-have feature for everyone? Probably not. But if you're into functional prints, hinges, grips, living joints, or ergonomic parts, having this ability in a $300 machine is seriously impressive.
So, bottom line, is Anycubic Cobra X worth your $300? If you're looking for a reliable entry-level printer that actually delivers on speed and multicolor promises, then yeah,
I think it is. This isn't the perfect printer. Nothing at this price point is, but it's the first budget printer that I've tested that actually feels like it's innovating instead of just copying what worked 5 years ago. If you want to check it out, I got the link down in the description. Drop your questions in the comments below. Smash that like button if this review helped you out, and subscribe if you want more honest tech reviews without the BS. I'm Michaela, this has been Enoylity Technology, and I'll catch you at the next one. Peace.